Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're actually going to be working on the truck for a change. As some of you may know, I've had this truck straight piped for about roughly 7 years now, somewhere around there. So it has a 5-inch diameter exhaust from the turbo all the way back, no muffler, and it goes over the axle and dumps right out the bottom. And that's a 6-inch tip on there. And just so you guys can see, completely straight pipe, no muffler, no anything. When I originally did it, I thought the truck sounded great. I still think it sounds good, but just up until recently, we actually started driving the BMW a little bit more. So I was driving the BMW and I hadn't driven the truck in about 2 weeks or so, and I decided to take the truck to run my errands for the day, and I had a long day. I'm not sure if I was just tired and getting a little cranky or whatever, but the exhaust on the truck was just literally just shaking my eardrums. It was just rattling my brain. Not sure why. Could have been fatigue, could have been because I was stuck in traffic. It was a long day. Just something wasn't working, guys. I ended up driving it the next day. Felt fine, drove it a couple days. Everything seemed to be good. But ever since I've had this truck, I always thought the exhaust was just a little bit too loud. So it sounds great 90% of the time, but that other 10% of the time, it can be a little bit too much. So we decided to go ahead and finally break down and put a muffler on it. Anybody who knows me knows that I love loud cars, love loud trucks. Maybe I'm just getting older, but I never thought I was ever going to put a muffler on this truck, but here we are. So we went ahead and picked up a muffler from MBRP. So that is the exhaust system that it has on there, if I remember correctly. And it is a 31-inch long muffler, and it is the quiet tone model. Before we get started, before I get it out, let's just look here and see how bad UPS dropped it. This was supposed to come on the same day I was getting another delivery. The other delivery showed up. This one did not. I tracked it on the UPS website and it said it was delayed. Now, once I heard it was delayed, I knew something happened to it. Unfortunately, it did get a little bit beat up. They just, you can see, they just retaped it. You can see the tears in the box. And on this side, I mean, there you go. You can see it. It really took a beating. Luckily, my other parts were okay. The other parts are a little bit more expensive than this. Thank God they were okay. Took the muffler out as soon as I got it. It does have a little bit of damage on the clamp, on the inlet and outlet clamps. Hopefully it shouldn't be an issue. What I'm thinking is, when we put the muffler on the exhaust, we clamp it down, it should round it out. I did try to round it out pretty good with some pliers. But honestly, guys, I don't think it's going to make a difference. You know, you're not going to be able to see it. We're just here to make the truck a little bit quieter. This is not for looks. I just got their basic model. I didn't get the stainless or anything just because nobody's going to see it. I'm not too worried about it as it is. Even the polished exhaust tip is covered in soot anyway, so it is what it is, guys. It's just an exhaust. You know, it's nothing crazy. Nobody's going to see it except for me. And if it bothers me, I'll fix it down the road, but I think it's fine. So anyways, guys, let me go ahead and get the muffler unboxed. The only downside is they are quite a bit heavy, so just keep that in mind. Let me go ahead and get it unboxed, and I'll show you where it's going to go on the truck and all that good stuff. All right, guys. So it is a massive unit. 5-inch inlet and outlet. I believe this is 8-inch, the muffler part itself. So kind of cool design in there. See, you can see it from the other end. So kind of a cool design in there. Let's hope it makes a difference. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera. Oh, you can still see it a little bent right there. I did the best I could to straighten it out, but not perfect, guys. It does not have to be perfect though. I think once we get the pipe in there, put the clamps on it, it'll straighten out, and it should be good to go. So let me show you guys where it's actually gonna go. So conveniently, it's gonna go from that clamp all the way to that clamp right there. It's gonna be the further one on the right. Yep, there it is right there. You can see the pieces where they meet. And it goes back there. So, hopefully it's gonna be a fairly simple install, I'm hoping. Should just be take a couple clamps off. Gonna have to remove that tailpipe, the one that goes over the axle. I have to remove that for a second. Get this muffler delete pipe out of there. And put the new muffler on. And we'll bolt everything back up. Now, I did some research, guys, before I bought this. And it is gonna make the truck, they said roughly about 5 to 10 decibels quieter. You know, depending on truck and depending on mods, but we're thinking roughly 5 to 10 decibels, not a whole lot. So it's not going to be as quiet as the BMW, and we don't want it to be that quiet. We actually want to make the BMW a little bit louder. But that's going to be for a separate video down the road. So hopefully this muffler is going to be what we're looking for. You know, just to bring down the decibels just a little bit to where, you know, I could actually think without getting a headache in the truck. I don't want to be rattling my brain the whole time. So let's go ahead and get the parts installed, and then we'll fire it up, see how it sounds. Okay, guys, so here's the situation. Got the clamps. I left one loosely on there. It doesn't fall on me, but got the clamps off that needed to be off. And this thing does not want to break free. It's been an hour and a half. Hammer, chisel, everything. So wiggling a little bit, but nowhere near enough to get it off. We're actually just gonna go to a muffler shop, guys, and let them just cut it off with the torch. We don't need that part anyways, and we wasted way more time than what we should have. So we'll throw the clamps right back on there, go get this thing cut off with the torch, and be on our way. All right, guys, it is finally installed. Not get the old exhaust out. Keep in mind it's been on for about 7 years. It was not cooperating. Tried to heat it up, try everything. So we ended up cutting the old one out. And it was just a delete pipe. Welding the new muffler in. And I can tell you right now, guys, it is much, much quieter. So we can still hear it, but it is still bearable, unlike when we had a completely straight pipe. So, drill test will be when we get on the highway. We'll go pick up the GoPro, and we'll probably attach it to the same location that we had it last time. We attached it to the hitch and record the sound difference. So, missing the center caps, guys, because when we were trying to install the muffler at the house, we noticed we had a little bit of a leak on the opposite side. The wheel was leaking from a seal right here. So we had to replace that seal about 2 years ago. Long story short, 11,000 miles later, it's leaking again. So we had to go get it done again. Kind of irritating. You know, we weren't planning on that, but it is what it is. Just took away time from doing the actual exhaust. But here it is, boys. So far, so good. Much quieter. We actually moved the tip away from the tire. Because before it was a little bit close to the tire, not crazy close, but it was a little bit close to that spare tire. So far so good, guys. Let's see how it does when we drive it around.